up until last weekend, I was set to be manager of the month in our little mini league, and then everything went wrong. Wheels fell off, made one bad decision, and I suffered. This is the way football goes.
Slid in by, yes, of course, Erling Haaland. Welcome to Manchester. Manchester City have the goal that their early dominance has merited. It's the left-back Joao Cancelo. He shoots, he scores! Kevin De Bruyne! KDB!
Hello and welcome to the City FPL Show. My name is FG and I am back in the studio with two Manchester City legends, Nedum Onuoha and Shaun Wright-Phillips. We've got a lot to get through in today's episode, including two Manager of the Month awards. But where better to start than the Manchester derby? This weekend's performance was amazing and there were some huge performances in FPL. Now, there's only one place to start, Nedum. It's our number 9, Erling Haaland, who surely everyone in the studio had as their captain this weekend.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? You'd think so. That's what successful managers do. But I'll leave it up to the audience to guess which one isn't a successful manager. But yeah, it was to talk about reality. Like, he's incredible, you know. And you go into the game, people say, oh, United, maybe, they're not that they're back, but they're better. But very quickly you realise that they're really not. And what a player he is. He's out of this world. What do you call it? Did you call him an alien or whatever?
Yeah, he's an alien.
Yeah, he's not normal.
He's an alien.
And he's just, at the minute, for like, the history's basically been split in two on fantasy football. There are people who have Haaland and people who don't. And he split it down again. People who captain him and then me. And unfortunately, I am now miles behind, and it's roughly one captaincy away.
Don't get too far ahead of yourself. We are going to have a look at the FPL teams, in particular Nedum's, and comparing to everybody in the studio. 3 goals, 2 assists, 23 points. Let's take a look at the goals real quick. This man, like Shaun just said, is an alien. He has to get in everybody's team. He also managed to break the record for the most amount of captaincies placed in the week. This man...
This was against United, most captaincies.
Well, he broke it in game week 6, and then game week 8 he went and broke that, and he's on par to once again against Southampton break it again. He is getting points, and points. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't. Like, you know, I'm celebrating and I'm crying at the same time as I'm surrounded by people who are getting double the points for everything he does.
Over 6 million people captained him, Nedum.
Yeah, but you know,
weekend.
Sometimes it's good to just be the individual who bets on Salah every week somehow.
Shaun, I see you smiling.
No, because I told you he would say that.
He did tell me off camera
I just know
that Nedum would try and do things a little bit different.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Do you know, tell you what it is? It's the PTSD of seeing Man United play City. You know what I mean? So I thought, nah, maybe this will be the time. Because the way he's performing, like, it's obscene. He's nearly got 100 points in fantasy football alone through game week 9. Like, that's not normal. So I'm not betting against him. I was just trying to think that maybe he's a normal player, but as Shaun says, he's an alien. So he's after discussions, he's now my permanent captain for the rest of the season. Even if injured, he's still my captain.
Don't forget, if you're watching at home, you can feel free to comment down below. We'll make sure Nedum sees every single comment, especially if you did captain him. So 3 goals in the Manchester derby. We have to take a look at all of these goals. This man, like we said, like Shaun just said, he's an alien. Some of the goals are absolute. That pass is sublime, by the way, from Kevin De Bruyne. And he is cooking this year, Nedum, surely, with Haaland.
Yeah, Haaland, he's just incredible. You know, I think the fact that he's literally just under 100 points through 9 game weeks, that's obscene. It literally is obscene. And if you had him as captain, like maybe some of the great managers like Shaun Wright-Phillips have done essentially for the whole period, he's nearly at 200 points just as an individual. But, like, what a player. And it's the exact reason why I think it's 85% of everybody playing fantasy football has him.
I just didn't captain him one time. And that was obviously Liverpool playing Bournemouth.
Yeah. And you went with
Salah.
Mo Salah. Yeah. It's not quite worked.
Something.
It's not quite worked out for Mo Salah yet. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. That ball from De Bruyne, he playing with Erling Haaland, it's an attacker. Shaun, how many assists are you getting with Haaland up front?
Yeah, but it's for me, it's not just Haaland. I think the fact that Haaland's there, that's just one more option. So normally you have, like, 4 buttons on the PlayStation pad, which there'll be certain players. There's now an extra button in there, if that makes sense. So it's an extra pass. It can be high-low. Haaland's going to get it. But if that's out, then he's still got Jack. He's still got Foden. He's still got Bernardo that makes those third-man runs. He's got too many options now. And with a player like KDB, he only really needs one.
Do you know what he's like? So in retiring, you watch a lot of games from higher up, don't you?
Yeah.
And the game seems so much simpler. It's like KDB's playing with a set of eyes up high, and he sees the passes. Because, you know, like at pitch level, you've got bodies everywhere, but KDB's like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to put it there.
Yeah.
The technique, the vision, it's incredible, honestly.
It's getting to the point now where people, even players, are saying he's not human. Let's have a look at his third goal. This is my favourite goal, obviously, because it's another match ball. He's going to run out of space for these match balls, and that's a great ball in, but that's just...
Do you know what he did as well, subtly? If we ever get a chance to look back at that, he gave a bit of movement to Shaw, which sent Shaw into the stands, basically, to make himself free. And that's how sharp he is, because 1 minute it's like, oh, everything's okay, he's here. And he's one of those players, like, at the moment, when he's playing like this, it feels inevitable. You know, like, oh, there's a cross coming into the box. Oh, it's him. It's him again. He's been spectacular, to say the least, and it's great to see him scoring against that football club from...
They're going to have to change the rules of FPL soon because of this man. It is ridiculous. This guy is just inevitable. You should just start your team.
Think how much he'll cost next season if he carries on like this. Think of his starting price next season. I think
it will mess up literally everybody's way of building their team. They're all going to have to find different solutions.
Everybody's playing their wild card who hasn't got Haaland right now and putting Haaland in.
At the end of the day now, because everybody has him, you have to play him. And if he doesn't do well, nobody's done well.
I don't
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
you just have to live by that.
You know what's interesting, especially the regular viewers of this show, you'll see that the mind games are going up and up and up every single week as the pressure gets more for the people in the studio.
I'm very comfortable with being mediocre, and my objective for the season, because it changes on a week-to-week basis, I just hope that you finish second, and you finish second by a point. That's what I dream of, and if that's what happens at the end of the season, then I think I'm happy. So if you need any advice, just come to me and I'll sort you out.
One thing's for certain, I think we and Shaun are in a better position, but we are going to take a look at that a little bit later. Let's move on to our very own star boy, the man of the moment. He loves a Manchester derby. Phil Foden, a hat-trick, the first man to score a hat-trick in a Manchester derby since Erling Haaland 8 minutes before. Shaun, this man is incredible. He was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he was frightening that game. He caused so many problems in so many different ways. I think on the ball he was causing problems. Off the ball he was aggressive without the ball defensively. And the way he takes his first goal was he made it look as easy as Haaland makes his finishes look. He just basically stroked it in from the ball that came back across and made this continue against everybody he plays against, to be honest, because he's just getting better and better for me. And now he's doing what people said he needed to do, was add more goals. He's doing that now against big teams.
He has been transferred in by 400,000 people already in preparation for the next game week. His value is currently at 8.1. It hasn't gone up yet. So if you haven't got him in your team, you might want to do it before the prices increase. Nedum, is Foden an option for your team?
You know, the way he says my name, it's like he's going to hand me for something. Sorry, I was defensive. Please, start again.
I'm asking, do you think Phil Foden's a viable option?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I think the fact that he was rested in midweek in the Champions League, it does make you feel like, you know, he's going to be in at the weekend. And what a nice feeling to know that, you know, you're in good form. If you scored a hat-trick, like, that might be the form of your life. So when you go out there and play against whoever you're up against next, like, he's going to fancy his chances to score, to be assisting, to be a key part of the game. So yeah, he's a good buy. The only issue is because it's 8 mil. That's at the higher end, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But you know, it's Phil Foden, so it's probably worth every penny.
The budgets in FPL are always a thing. But let's take a look at this goal. We said off camera, this is a FIFA pass. Obviously, I play a lot of FIFA, and I've not got the facilities for this, so I don't know what FIFA you guys play.
Maybe you're just not good enough.
Very true, but
this
is ridiculous, that pass. It's absolutely...
It's perfect.
Insane. It's inch perfect, and I think even I'd score there, you know.
That's a reach. Because you need to be getting into the box first before the left back.
We're not talking about covered ground.
Saying you're slow.
Yeah, effectively. I'm not going to deny that.
How would you get on the end of that one? There's not one person on that field you could outrun.
It doesn't matter about movement because that ball's that good. It's going straight to my feet.
You still need to run in there.
That's the problem.
I'm there, mate. I'm there.
Do you know what
if you was there, you would be offside.
I want
I'm going to tell you what, I bet fall over as well. You would 100% fall over.
Listen, don't doubt my ability when the pass is that good. That was absolutely exceptional by Haaland again. More points for Haaland and then more points for Phil. And then let's look at goal number 3. It's so nice to see a Manchester lad. You know how much it means to him to score in the Manchester derby and the third goal. And those who actually put Foden in for fantasy, wow.
Yeah,
and Haaland as well.
Yeah,
you are cooking at this point.
People are having a great time, and you know what a nice thing. You want a hat trick? Here's a pass. Just open up, go wherever you want to go. No stresses, nobody near you. Do what you need. But yeah, it was a great moment. Like, you know, we love City. We love Phil Foden. You know, the two things doing well are perfect for us. And like I say, the only thing that's sort of heartbreaking is when you don't have Haaland as captain and he's rolling people in on goal. But you know, this is life. This is the way it goes. But I'll get better.
I wouldn't know the feeling, and neither would Shaun. The only thing that was a bit upsetting was the VAR, and that Foden didn't manage to go absolutely wild straight away.
Well, you say that you get to celebrate twice.
Yeah.
With VAR,
that's
one of the things which people forget. You get to celebrate twice.
It's very, very true. But yeah, Phil Foden was absolutely incredible. So was Erling Haaland. Have we got any other City players in our squad that you might be looking to transfer into FPL who could get some more points apart from those two?
Yeah. Well, no, I've got Cancelo.
Yeah.
Already. See, I'm thinking of switching out Silva, but I'm going to have to take a free hit because I want to get rid of. I don't want to get rid of him. I just think at the minute he's not putting up numbers at the minute.
You got an assist though. Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, I know, but I want goals and assists.
And assists, yeah.
I'm being greedy.
You take him
I'm being greedy.
I've got him. You take him out.
Yeah, you should take him out. Look, is there anyone in the current squad apart from Cancelo that get in?
KDB, I'm thinking about, you know.
Jack.
Well, yeah,
Jack will kick on soon.
That's
Jack
the one,
will
Jack
kick on soon.
Grealish.
You think so?
It's only a matter of time.
He'll kick on soon.
He's playing unbelievably.
Yeah,
He's brilliant at Wolves.
But that's the difference with fantasy in real life, though.
Yeah, very true.
You know what I mean? Like, he was man of the match in the Champions League game, I believe, but he didn't actually score or get an assist.
He was our man of the match, but yeah, like you said, no goals or assists. But on another day, he gets about 5 assists and scores twice. He was so unlucky last night. He's cooking. I'm putting him in.
How much is he? Do you know?
I'm not sure on the price, but he's cooking. And
Who are you going to take out?
None of your business, Shaun. Now, if you guys haven't already joined our Matchday Live and Citizens Mini League, the code is on the screen right now. You have the opportunity to compete against the legends in the studio and other Man City legends too, and also win some ridiculous prizes for Manager of the Month. Our 2 Manager of the Months from last month, Jake Parton and Gareth Rogers, have won a full squad signed shirt each. That is insane. I wish I could take it with me. The signatures are great, and it could be you. So make sure you join using the code and the link below. Now, 2 people in the studio who could really do with the help of Jake and Gareth on Nedum and Shaun. It is the time I've been waiting for, and I guess you guys at home have. Let's take a look at how everybody is doing, and where better place to start than Nedum and Onuoha. Nedum, can we have some evaluation, please, of how you've done? I can see Shaun smiling.
Settle down. Settle down.
Smile.
So the issue I had, this was last week, and I made a couple of changes for it, which didn't work out. So I brought Dyer in for Perisic, because Spurs don't really concede. Next thing, Dyer got 0 points. Trent got 0 points. And Salah is unfortunately still like half on holiday. So in some ways, you know, I was in a tough spot. But I did have Haaland, I did have Bernardo who got an assist, but unfortunately it was one of those days where you have the right 2 or 3 people, because the average went up on the Saturday before City played from 22, 23 to, by the time this was done, like 60-something. And that's because of everybody backing City so much. But for me, as a nervous City fan, I did not do it. I regret it. And certain people have been banned from my team. So from this point forward, you neither see a C, and there'll be no Mo Salah, there'll be less Salah going forward.
Relegating your captain from the whole squad is a big call, Nedum.
But it depends who I replace him with.
Captaining a man who hasn't scored many points is a bigger call, isn't it, Shaun?
Yes, I have to agree. But I also understand why he did captain him. So I'm on the same place as Nedum. I've just put him vice captain all the time now. I'm not making him captain ever, because obviously we got Haaland. But in general, I'm in the same place as Nades. I'll be taking him out. I'm just deciding whether to leave him in this weekend, because I think he may nick a goal against Arsenal. So at least before I get him out the team, let me get something from him, basically.
You always have that worry that when you take someone out of your side, he's just going to score points. But logically, looking at this team, Nedum, I actually don't think it's that bad at all.
Garth, cheers.
And I think it scores a lot of points.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. But we did discuss fullbacks, Nedum.
Yes.
Eric Dyer's not a fullback.
Yes, but his team had been keeping clean sheets. And going into that game week, I think he was the top 5 or 6 scoring defender. But like I say, he had a nightmare. But the big one for me, like, the Cancelo bet. It's like it feels like it's an easy bet now, especially with Walker potentially being out. But then annoyingly, Trent scores a free kick in midweek, doesn't he? So it's like, ooh, I'm back. Like, I hate this game, but I'm glad to be here. Let's just say that.
I am putting it out there, and I've said this to Nedum off camera. There is going to be a week where he gets it right.
It was the week before. It was the week before.
You've
the week before, when all the points were low, I was high.
I think you should triple captain
And you were quiet.
Haaland. I was very quiet. Yeah, my WhatsApp broke that weekend.
Yeah.
And
Nobody wants to see that.
It won't break again. But there is a long way to go. We've obviously got loads more game weeks, but I mean, 457 points, not bad for the average.
I would have been, up until last weekend, I was set to be manager of the month in our little mini league. And then everything went wrong. Wheels fell off, made one bad decision, and I suffered. This is the way football goes.
I need a clip of him saying the wheels fell off, because I will use that on social media. Let's move on to Shaun's team. 515 points, solid, very solid, and Haaland captain.
Yeah, like I said, he's been my captain the whole time pretty much, apart from one game. And I paid for that, basically. So now I'm just I still think I can get more out of my team points-wise. So I'm just going to be a tinkerman at some point in the next 2 weeks.
This is the beauty of the game. Our teams aren't that different, but he's 60 points ahead of me. And one of the reasons why is there's that pink sea that just lives next to that guy.
I think that's the only reason why. Actually.
And so don't get me wrong, I'm under pressure. The board are calling me, fans are asking for my head. But unfortunately, I'll get by. I'll be all right.
I remember you had Nunez in your team, didn't you? At the beginning.
No.
Not you.
No.
Me?
Yeah.
No, you've got the wrong guy.
Who did you have in your team?
It was you.
Yes, thank you. At the beginning.
It was you.
Remember that?
It was you.
It was you.
Alvarez as well. Yes, I'm telling you.
It was him.
Just to let you know.
It was him. Yeah. It was him.
Just to let you know, we are focusing on Shaun. Carry on.
I'm happy with my team. I'm going to take out Andreas at some point. But in general, that just popped up in my head.
That's a solid team, though.
Yeah, that just popped up in my head that you did have him. And we was talking to you about this.
I don't
the very
remember
first show.
You know what? I actually can't remember that, and I think we've lost the footage for that as well. Let's move on to the next team, and it is my team. Top at the moment. Look, I'm talking a very, very big game here, but there's only a matter of time, lads, until I fall off. I've already played my wild card. There is a game week where City don't have a fixture with Arsenal. I've got no budget. I've got nothing left.
I was looking at that with the defence and the Ansar as well.
He's relying on Nico Williams.
Nico Williams, they're always going to concede. They're going down.
He got, he had a bad day, but I got Maddison in.
Yeah,
Maddison gave him a bad day with Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes is another one that could actually make it into some teams.
Do you think he knows Mitrovic is injured or not?
Mitrovic is injured. Sorry, I am fully aware because he got me no points this week. He came off straight away. Mitrovic is injured. We're running out. There's a potential of a triple captain this weekend.
Ain't happening.
I think it should happen.
Look at the camera and say it. Look at the camera and say it. Look at the camera and say it.
Straight into the camera. Triple captain could happen this week.
Everything said could happen.
Now you've gone to could. You didn't say could before. You said you're triple captain.
But I'm keeping my cards close to my chest.
When the camera rolls, people are different, aren't they?
I am keeping my cards close to my chest. Look, looking at my team realistically, Trent being in there, I don't know how long he's going to be in there for. The problem is, I've peaked. I feel like I've peaked a little bit.
And you use your free hit already as well.
Yeah, it was when.
And you use your wild card.
No, not yet, but it's on the way, isn't it?
Yeah, because you like Mitrovic, you got to change. Nico, if you want to stop conceding goals for clean sheets, you need to change him as well.
Look, it's not looking good, but it is looking good for one man in my team, and it's James Maddison. I need to ask you guys the question: does he make your England squad for the World Cup?
I would say so, yeah. I'd say even if nowadays things...
Instead of who, though?
That's the problem. But I'd say people look at things and say stats. So they look at numbers and assists and goals. If you do a calendar year, he's got more than all of them, as stats-wise. The problem is, can you keep him fit for me, a full tournament? Because he breaks down a lot.
Would you take him instead of Mount?
Personally, at this minute, yes.
Mount feels like he's more dynamic, though.
But he does feel like he's more dynamic. But I think Maddison creates a lot more opportunities.
Yeah.
And as well as that, he's good at set pieces. So you've got another one in there.
They've got a few.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's another dynamic. There's options.
Does he make your England squad, Nedum?
Depends what the credentials are. And depends what formation you're going to play. Because if you play the conservative style, then it doesn't really make sense. Yeah. But yeah, he's plenty good.
One man, a cricket legend who in 2018 got Manager of the Week in Gameweek 37 with 180 points. Stuart Broad, and we had the pleasure of sitting down with him a few weeks back.
I believe you are a big fantasy Premier League player as well. Is that right? And if so, have you got any City players in your team this year?
I'm a keen fantasy football player. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily an expert on it at all. I did actually one of the greatest sporting achievements of my life. I actually won a game week in 2018 in the whole country out of like 6 million people. I remember checking my phone and it said top right corner, like 170 odd points. I was like, that's a lot. And then I looked at mine, it said 170 odd points, exactly the same. And I clicked on the top right where it says highest, and it was my team. I was like, I cannot believe this. That was about 7 in the morning, and by 7:30, my WhatsApps had gone crazy. Wow. Like on the Notts cricket one was like, oh my God, you've won the league. So I've gone downhill since then because I've sort of, they're quite high limits to reach, aren't they? When you've won a game, you can't do much better. And I expect myself to do much better. But my team name is Gameweek 37 winner 2018, and that's going to stay the same forever. I've got Cancelo and Haaland, and do you know, I really like seeing Man City do well, and I love watching them play. But Pep, you can't trust him on the fantasy football. Just too many good players. Just changes it too much. You need regulars week in, week out. Almost teams that have got great quality but not as much depth. Because no one can predict what Man City team's turning up on a Saturday, can you? Because there's just so many good players. So I've obviously got 3 Forest players, a couple of Spurs players, a couple of Liverpool players because Salah plays every week. De Bruyne is going to hurt me, I think. The form he's showing, not having him is going to hurt. But I'll put him in and he won't play on the Saturday, so that's the risk you take.
Since that was last recorded, I've been told that Stuart has caved in and he's put De Bruyne in instead of Salah. You're not the only one, Stuart.
Why now, did you see that?
I said that I'm thinking about doing that, but then I'd have to take a 4-point drop or use my free hit.
Do you know when I looked at Salah in my team just then? Again, I'm just thinking of good times. You know when he was all right. I was like, it's hard to sell, isn't it? Yeah. But I think I'll have a little surprise for you this weekend.
Oh, interesting. Maybe a wild card or 2 will be played in this studio. Now, if you guys at home are thinking about playing your wild card, with the help of the FPL Scout, we have got your perfect 11. Now, this is going the extra mile for you guys, and like I said, this has been used with the FPL Scout. What do you guys in the studio make of this team? And is it the one that's going to get you a load of points? Maybe a 180
well, I don't know if it's a 180, but the guy I was thinking about on that is on the field there, yeah.
The guy you're thinking about?
Yeah, been thinking of doing a little whoop. Yeah.
I'm trying to think who the guy you're thinking about is. Is it Harry Kane?
I don't know. Is it Harry Kane?
Oh, we're keeping our cards that close. I
don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe Harry's going to do it. Yeah. Yes. Bowen. Yeah. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, Bowen.
This just screams points every week.
That back three is like. Yes.
That is my back three.
Yeah. That's so solid. That'll get you through the whole season. And then the midfield, I feel like that could be hot or cold. You know what I mean? But then there's Kane and Haaland up top, so...
See, the thing is, I think Kane's going to go for a little dip.
Settle down, Shaun.
No, I do. I actually do.
Don't speak it into existence, mate.
I'm speaking it into existence.
Don't speak it into existence.
I ain't got him in my team.
Maybe I've pulled it already.
Right.
Maybe I've done it already. Just don't speak into existence. Please don't.
Jared Bowen, this weekend, got a lot of points. 14 points.
Yeah, he did. He played really well.
Is he back now? Because he was incredible last year as well.
Yeah. It's tough, isn't it? Because, he might be back in terms of form, but West Ham going to score tons of goals every week. You know what I mean? That's the nuance of it all. Because, you can pick a player. So in my team last week, I had players in my team that scored, but I didn't have 2 players in my team that scored hat-tricks each. So all of a sudden, you're going further and further away because now the bar is, are you getting 15 points per player? Or, you know what I mean?
Do you guys go off form or do you go off fixtures?
I don't change my team that much. Once I pick, doesn't matter who we're playing or what the fixture is, I try not to change. I don't want to get caught in that world where I'm tinkering.
like me,
every week,
stuck in the hole where I'm messaging Nedum, asking for advice.
I know, yeah, and I'm
2 minutes.
stinking up, yeah. Listen, I live in my own head. The only reason Haaland wasn't captain last week is because everybody was saying Mohamed Salah scores against Brighton. Everyone said
I
it.
thought he would have. That's why I put
They
it
also
twice.
scored 3 as well, and he didn't.
Yeah, Trent also got booked as well, so I ended up with a big fat bagel.
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. Look, there is a lot of things that are on our mind with Fantasy Premier League, and I imagine it's the same for you guys. We will see you on the next show. Let us know in the comments down below who you're backing to come out on top. Like I said, there could be some triple captains in the studio. There might not be. And we will be back next time to discuss our progress. But thank you for watching the FPL show, and don't forget to join the league with the code and click in the link below. Thank you guys, and see you soon.
Slid in by, yes, of course, Erling Haaland. Welcome to Manchester. Manchester City have the goal that their early dominance has merited. It's the left-back Joao Cancelo. He shoots, he scores! Kevin De Bruyne!